I lived down Half Acre Road when I was a child growing up. I loved living down this road. Lots of my friends lived down my road and I used to knock for them and we used to go out to play. We'd go to the local park and we'd also go to a special place at the end of my road called Connolly Dell. This is the house I lived in with my grandma. My grandma was very old and she had a great big black dog called Lucy. Everybody knew Lucy. She used to bark at anyone that tried to get in our house. She was a great guard dog. At the end of my road was a really special place called the Dell, and when I was growing up, children weren't allowed in there, and there used to be a park keeper that used to come at the end of the day to lock the park up, and if he caught you in there, he'd chase after you. But that was a bit of an exciting adventure for us because we used to run away from him. There was a great big massive tree in the Dell. It was our climbing tree. It used to have vines that grew along the tree trunk, in a crisscross, and they made really good footholds and handholds to hold on to climb up. So we used to climb up into the bough of the tree and just sit there and watch the world go by. We could get 3 of us kids up there. It used to be great fun. The other main attraction in the Dell was the small pond. It's not that small, but in the summer there used to be newts in the pond, and we used to lay on our tummy on the bank of the pond and catch them with our bare hands. If we had some pocket money, we used to go to the local shop and buy some fishing nets for 15 pence. And we'd use the nets to catch the newts and we'd put them in jam jars. We always put the newts back in the pond. I was really fortunate to live around here. It was good. I had a good childhood here. My friend Ketchy used to live here. She had a lot of brothers and sisters. I often used to knock for her and we'd go down the park and take the little ones down the park too. And then here lived the social workers, and here was Mr. and Mrs. Seymour's house, and this was Janet and Kevin's house that lived next door to me. On the other side of my house was Irena and Eddie's house, and they were friends of my grandma, and sometimes my grandma used to babysit for them and look after their child when they went out. And my friend used to live in that house over there, down this street. This is Myrtle Gardens. I had a friend that lived in the middle of Myrtle Gardens and one that lived at the end. In my new house, I moved in here with my husband. He wasn't my husband at the time, but he insisted I moved in on this house, otherwise in the house with him, obviously he wouldn't have moved in at all. So that was the story of our romantic first house together.